Welcome to the Paramvere Sports Complex in Rydell, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. And after a considerable rain delay, after the thunderstorms and showers came through late last night, we've been delayed for over 2 hours, but we're now getting started with the Ontario Stallions taking on the Houston Stallions. Ontario won the toss and elected to bat first. And the openers looks to be, we will find out for sure, get clarification in a moment. But some adjustments have been made to the rules because of the rain delay. There is a wicket being prepared just on the leg side of the opening batsman. So the umpires have regulated the game where they're going to bowl only from one end, so the batsman will not switch ends when the over is finished. And it has been reduced to 14 overs. So the opening batter will be Shahzad Pardhan. He will take first strike, and he'll be facing the opening bowler Najmuddin. For SCC Tech Productions, my name is Ryan Davis. Glad to be with you on this fantastic 82-degree day in Rydell, Georgia, for the first day of the 7th annual Cricket America tournament. Here's the first delivery of the tournament. This one is full and it's off the toes, but it's a bit of bat as well. No appeal. So talk about hitting your straps from the very first delivery. Najmuddin not wasting any time. So Shahzad Pardhan faces his second delivery and just turns it on the onside, and he gets his single. And Ontario Stallions are off the mark. So his partner in crime today is going to be Amin Kajani, number 31. He's about to take his first strike. Just two men outside of the ring, a deep mid-wicket and a long on. Najmuddin. Down the ground he comes, and he turns it over just towards square leg. They think of two. Just one, so the score goes to 2 without loss after 4 deliveries. Check that, 3 deliveries. Just a quick survey of the field. Pardhan. Pardhan drives, and it's off the outside edge, and it beats backward point. Going to get some runs here. They get 2 comfortably. It was Abid at backward point, almost in a gully area. And his misfield means 2 more runs to the board. So it's 4 without loss after 4 deliveries. In the 6th annual tournament in Chicago only 9 months ago, a Canadian team coming across the border won the championship in Chicago. Can they do it again? This one's down the leg side, and it's going to be a wide signal by the umpire. So the first extra of the day. Najmuddin just straying down the leg side. Najmuddin. This one's driven as an inside edge. Backward square comes around, an easy single. Six without loss, matching the amount of fields on this incredible Paramvere Sports Complex, brand new. It's going to be 6 cricket fields with turf wickets included when the construction is finally completed. It is an absolutely impressive arena. Outside off stump, he lets it go, and it's a wide given by the umpire. So what was a very tight opening few deliveries has now turned into some loose ones. So now 2 wides in this opening over by Najmuddin. On his ball then. Najmuddin tidies up his wide deliveries and gets a wicket in the very first over. And the first wicket falls for 7. Amin Kajani departs. He leaves with 1 run. And his score now 7 for 1 after 1 over. So, Najmuddin gets the breakthrough after some untidy deliveries that were called for wide, gets his act together and gets the very first wicket of the 7th annual Cricket America tournament in Georgia. And it was the wicket of Amin Kajani, who out for 1. The new batter at the crease is looks to be number 20. We will get confirmation. It's number 28, Feroz Lakhani. And the rumor within the dressing room is that the player that inspired him in cricket is none other than Pakistani great Wasim Akram. I asked him when I found that out, did he practice the bowling left-handed like Wasim Akram? And he admitted, being a right-hander, yes, he gave it a go. So, the beginning of the second over, 2 players outside of the ring. We have a 3rd man and a deep mid-wicket. And it's Paradan. And he drives this one just short of mid-on. Mid-on did well to stop it. There was a catch in play for a few seconds. So Zahir will bowl his second delivery. And the first one to the new batter, who plays it forward, and they go for a quick single. Well run. The attempt, no good. And another run goes to the board. 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. Shahzad Pardhan. 5 not out. Zahir. This one's on the leg side, flicked it away. 1 bounce and into the boundary. First boundary of the tournament comes off of the bat of Shahzad Pardhan. Zahir just stringed down the leg side and just whipped away off the pads. And that's how you clean up a bad delivery. Pardhan races on to 9, 13 for 1. It's driving again. Mid-on comes in and they get another single. So hitting the stumps was number 23, Noor Ali, at mid-on. So Lakhani taking strike from Zahir. And he's bowled him. Neck and crop. 2 stumps out of the ground. Zahir leaves a mark. And the score now goes to 14 for the loss of 2 wickets. Two Yorkers. 2 men bowled. And Lakhani departs for just 1. Zahir was whipped off the pads just 2 deliveries before. And then bounces right back and gets the scalp of Feroz Lakhani. So the Ontario Stallions, who chose to bat first, are now looking at a score at 14 for 2 in just the second over. And the Houston Stallions is the one horse with the tail in the air. 2 quick wickets. We're still waiting for the new batter, who didn't expect to have to pad up so quickly. Well, Cricket America is one of those fun-loving tournaments where teams come from all over the country and beyond to enjoy this incredible game they call cricket. Just to remind everyone at home that because of the rain delay this morning that gobbled up over 2 hours of play, the games today will be played at 14 overs each team. So a quick adjustment to the helmet, and the new batter is trying to make his way to the wicket. So the new batter, we'll get confirmation, seems to be Rafiq Shaban. And it is Shaban. And he's going to face a fired up Saheed, who's about to bowl his last delivery of the second over. This one is full and turned down the leg side, and it's a wide. So as the bowlers begin to loosen up, it seems that either it's going to be a loose delivery or a wicket. Saheed. Shaban flashes outside off stump, and that is the end of the second over. It is 15 for the loss of 2 wickets. So the third over about to begin. It's Najmuddin, who got a wicket earlier, of Amin Kajani. Najmuddin. Paradan drives. There's a long on out there, so mid-off has to come across. An easy single. Rafiq Shaban coming in at number 4, facing Najmuddin. He drives, almost reaching for it, as Najmuddin just took a little bit off of it. Bit of hesitancy between Paradan and Shaban. But all is well that ends well. And the score now goes on to 17 for 2. So the man that's carrying this inning so far, Shahzad Paradan, 11 off of 8 deliveries. And because he's getting settled in, Najmuddin making some adjustments to the field. There is a short mid-wicket, a long on, and a deep mid-wicket, and a square leg on the onside. Najmuddin. This one's held up and just pulled over square leg, and it's going to go down to the boundary. And it stays in, and the batters come back for 2. Rafiq Shaban. He's 1 off of 2 deliveries. This is Paradan. He drives through cover. Awkward bounce. Going down to the boundary, but because of all the rain, it's a heavy outfield. And Paradan is happy with 2. Score scoots on to 19 for 2. And we're just in the 3rd over. Only 14 overs for each team. And it's well bowled and equally well played. Najmuddin. Paradan. Off the, it's a slight appeal, but the ball seemed to be drifting down the leg side. So the end of the 3rd over, and it is 22 for 2 with Shahzad Paradan 15 off of 12. Welcome back to Rydell, Georgia, Paramount Sports Complex. The very first game of the 7th annual Cricket America Championship. Ontario Stallions winning the toss, electing to bat, and they're facing a fiery Saheed. This one is driven through cover. Thought of a run by Shaban. Paradan sends him back to his mark. Saheed picked up a wicket in his first over. Excellent Yorker. Here he is again. Another Yorker, and this time driven by Paradan, who is seeing the ball better and better with every delivery. What would have been a wicket a few deliveries ago is not for this man, who is starting to settle in. He's now 17 off of 14, 24 for 2. Saheed. This one is full. There's a huge appeal for LBW. And the umpire says it's drifting down the leg side. Anytime those deliveries are full and wraps on the pad, you can understand the bowlers being excited and emotional about their appeal. Saheed ready to bowl the 4th delivery of this 4th over. Bowling to Paradan. This one is full, and it's a good Yorker outside off stump. Nothing much that Paradan can do with it. Saheed to Paradan. This one is full down the leg side. Wide call by the umpire. So this was the first game to begin in the 2023 tournament. But just to let the viewers know, there is currently 4 games in progress simultaneously as Saheed bowls his fifth delivery. This one is driven. Long on is trying to get there. And they're going to come back for 2. Appeal for run out. Not out by the umpire. So Pardon moves to 19. Saheed bowling the 4th over, the last ball of the 4th over. So short and pulled away over mid-wicket. He's not going to run that one, Pardon. That was smashed into the trees for 4. So at the end of 4 overs, it is 31 for 2. Pardon running away, 23 off of 18. We'll be back shortly. So we are about to begin the 5th over. The power play is completed because we're only playing 14 overs. So the 4-over power play has finished. And now we have 5 players outside of the ring. Deep cover, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, and a deep backward square. And we have our first bowling change. We'll get confirmation. It's going to be the off spin. Bowling to Shaban. Shaban tries to turn this one as a leading edge. And they get one. Just attempted to turn it away off his thigh pad, but got a top edge. But it earns him a single, and the score moves on to 32 for 2. Pardon. And it's a beautifully bowled delivery, and Pardon respects it. So, yes, it's confirmed. Rizwan has been the first bowling change. Rizwan, Pardon. This one is a leg break. And it's going to be an attempt for run out, and if he hit the stumps, he was out. Shaban a little slow off of the mark from the runner's end. If the keeper hit the stumps, it was, actually it was Saheed. If he hit the stumps, Shaban was out. Razwan, a leg break, and this one is, you can see the life and the bounce in the pitch. And Rizwan is going to attempt to extract every bit of that. This one's pulled away beautifully, but his protection a deep backward square. Score moves on to 33 for the loss of 2. Rizman going back to his mark. There's a gentle breeze. Beautiful day for cricket. This one is short and pulled away by Pardhan. Just the one. And that is the end of over number 5. 34 for the loss of 2. Welcome back to Paramveer Sports Complex in Rydal, Georgia. Bowling change over number 6. And the spin attack is well in play. Here's the off spinner. This one is driven by Pardhan, who's seeing the ball so easily now. They come back for a second. As the score now goes to 36 for 2. So Saheed, his first delivery comes for 2. So the fielders, deep backward square, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and a deep cover. Saheed. Pardhan is a huge appeal for LBW. Umpire gives him out. Saheed makes the breakthrough. The dangerous Pardhan departs. 36 for the loss of 3. And the spin does the trick. 37 rather for the loss of 3. So the steady bowling of Saheed, lowering Pardhan to play across the line. And he is trapped LBW, and the danger man heads back to the pavilion. And he's going to join Shaban, who's 3, not out on 3. And the new batter will get confirmation. Looks to be Shazeen Hadwani. Takes his guard. And just in case you were wondering how Shazeen got his inspiration at the wicket, is none other than Australian cricket legend Ricky Ponting. Well, he's going to have to channel some Ricky Ponting into his batting today. His team desperately needs some production at number 5, 37 for 3. And Saheed comes in. This one is tossed up and driven away. So he's off the mark off the very first delivery. What we've seen so far from Shaban, strong on the onside, but not so strong on the off, and a little bit of a late cut to point, an easy single. Saheed, this one is short again, just extracting the bounce out of the wicket. Another single for Hadwani. Saheed to Shaban. Shaban gets back and cuts, but oh, it might be a run out here. And well run by Hadwani. He backed up Shaban and got there and got the single. So at the end of yet another over, Saheed got a breakthrough, but the score now goes on to 38 for 3 after 6. So after 6 overs, 41 for 3. And we have Rizwan bowling his leg spin and googly. Bowling to Shaban, who's been out there for about 20 minutes. Shaban comes forward, digs this one out. Rizwan, Shaban. That cut straight to point and the run out is on. But he's so quick, Hadwani. As soon as that ball comes off of the bat, he's halfway down the track. And putting a lot of pressure on Rajwani at backward point. So Hadwani facing Rizwan, who's directing some traffic. He's bringing his deep cover squarer to the wicket. And he's also moving his mid off, his long off. Hadwani has an appeal for a stump. And the square leg umpire says not out. Tell you what, the bounce that Rizwan is getting, it is not easy batting out there. So as the umpire resets the bails from that quick attempted stumping by Saheed. Rizwan taking his time, getting some advice. Ahmed Fazal, who's at short extra cover, just having some words with his bowler. So the bails are set, and we're going to resume. Rizwan to Hadwani. Oh, and this time he's out. Rizwan drew him into the shot, and Hadwani came prancing down the wicket. Eventually decided to sweep, but the bounce of the delivery went right over the bat, and he was left for dead. So Hadwani departs. Couldn't channel that Ricky Ponting today. But you have to say excellent bowling by Hadwani, who had an appeal for stumping the delivery before. But Hadwani, being aggressive, caught outside of his crease the very next delivery. So, joining him in the wicket now is Zulfikar Tharani rather. Here's Rizwal to Tharani. Another great delivery, just squaring him up. And that is the end of a very productive over by Rizwal. 42 for 4 after 7. Sahil. This one is full. Shaban drives and gets a single. Doesn't seem to be getting the middle of the bat onto the ball, Shaban, but he's still out there, turning the scoreboard over. Saheed. Oh, and this one's edge and beautifully taken. There's an appeal for caught behind. Looks like the umpire has adjudged Tharani not out, as the ball may have clipped the pad on the way through. But Saheed, just a gem of a delivery. Here he is again. Just teasing the batter outside off stump. Saheed. This one is cut, but again, no room to cut as the ball comes back into the right-hander. Overs really ticking along with the spinners in play. Saheed. Tahani just turns it onto the leg side. All the players are out on the boundary. So you can call that a one-run boundary if you just turn it on the onside. Saheed. Shaban digs this one out, but short extra cover cleans up. So the run rate has tidied up quite a bit in the last few overs since the spinners have been on, and it's 44 for 4 after 8. So we are back, 44 for 4. The tricky Rizwan bowling the 9th over. And again, perfect line, perfect length. Nothing much the batter can do with it. Comes forward, up in the air it goes, long on goes back. And that's the first maximum. A 6 over long on. And it is Tharani getting his first boundary. Pitched up onto the pads. Tharani going against the spin and just lifting it over long on for the first 6 of the game. So after that first 6, Rizwan just makes a quick adjustment, brings in a short mid-wicket. Maybe looking for that leading edge as Tharani goes against his spin. Rizwan, this one is short and edge the whip, just past slip. Thinking of 2, and they're going to get it comfortably. So the run rate's starting to move along. Tharani with a towering 6 and then an educated edge in between slip and backward point. Rizwan to Tharani. So when it's short and he just sort of dabs at it. Couldn't get much with it. No run. Valuable dot ball for Rizwan. who's given up 8 in the last 2 deliveries before that one. Rizwan to Tharani. Oh, this one again, just out of bounds. Rizwan. Tharani comes down the wicket. It's an appeal for stumping. And the umpire says not out. Tharani was caught with the drift, but got his back leg back in time. And that is the end of another productive over. 8 runs off of it, but a valuable wicket to go with it. So 5 overs remaining in the innings. Remember, this is a shortened innings because of the rain delay. Only 14 overs per team. It's 52 for 4 after 9. And we have a change of bowling. The spin attack will continue. And the very vigilant Shaban is 7 off of 12. And he's going to face the left-arm orthodox spinner. We're going to get the clarification who it is. Oh, and just turned off the legs, Shaban. He's going to get a couple. He's been patient, the youngster. And gets back comfortably. So it's Shazad, the left-arm spinner. His first delivery goes for 2. And the batters have a bit of a discussion midway down the wicket. So 54 for 4. And he gets back and he cuts, but just didn't get all of it, Shaban. Just a quick reminder to everyone, Ontario Stallions won the toss, elected to bat. They're at 54 for 4. And a short delivery, a long hop, and it's a peel. Saheed thought about flicking the bails off, but Shaban never left his crease. Certainly a shorter delivery by Saheed. This one is pitched up and swept away and appeal for LBW. Umpire says down the leg side, not out. Shazad varying his deliveries, a shorter one, a fuller one. Just trying to keep Shaban on his toes. So the backward point comes out and goes to a short backward square leg. This one is short and cut away by Shaban. Batsmen are going to get just one, a long single. So Tharani, who has a little bit more power in his bat, may try to get under Shazad's bowling, literally. This one's driven, he gets under it. In between long on and long off, there's a race. Long off gets to it, and they come back for 2. So at the end of 10 overs, nope, still 1 delivery remaining. 9.5 overs, 58 for 4. Tharani gets into double digits at 11 off of 12. Shaban 10 off of 16. This one is cut away, pass point. It could go all the way. Stops just inside of the rope, and they come back for a comfortable 2. So at the end of 10 overs, 58 for 4. Saheed about to bowl his 3rd over. He has figures of 1 for 8. Bowling over number 11. This one is outside off stump. No wide. Yes, the wide is signalled. He'll have to do it over again, and 1 more to the total. Shaban gets back and cuts away, but the bounce, and is an appeal for caught behind, and is given. It came off of the glove of Shaban. Ontario lose their 5th wicket. Saheed, the man with the breakthrough, he gets his 2nd. 61 for 5. This one just bounces right up onto the glove, caught at slip. Excellent take in the end by Shahzad. So 61 for 5. We're in the 11th over. Just about 6 runs and over. The conditions are not easy. The outfield is still damp. The wicket is bouncing. The wicket is bouncy, rather. So hard for players to middle the ball if a spinner like Rizwan and Saheed can pitch the ball just short of a length. So the new batter is Imran Maradia. He's down the track and he gets under it, a leading edge. Could be chance for and he's dropped it. Lost his footing. Imran comes back for 2. What a chance that was. It went a begging, but the shoe came off of the fielder. Looks like it was Abid at short extra cover. This one is down the leg side, whipped away. And an excellent bit of fielding by a very short, fine leg. Gets a round of applause from the pavilion. But 2 more to the total. Sorry, 1 more to the total. Saheed, beautifully bowled, that just turned away. A lot of bounce, and look like they're going to test the fielder, and they do. Remember, no one in the ring, just actually 1 fielder in the ring on the onside. So anything turned within the mid-wicket area, it's an easy single. Driven away beautifully. He got it on the full, but deep cover is there. So Tharani still continues to score. Imran tries to pull it and hits him by the belt. And that is the end of the over. Excellent bowling by Saheed. 11 overs gone. And the Ontario Stallions will feel they have some room to make up. Eleven overs gone, 67 for 5, only 3 overs remaining. We have the left-arm spinner, Shahzad. He's going to be bowling to the Tharani. Tharani gets back and sort of is trying to pull it off the back foot through mid-wicket because the wicket is holding up. As we hear the beautiful sounds of the train passing through Rydal. Here's Shahzad. This one is short and cut away. Easy stop in the end for Ahmed. A deep cover. Imran Madiria gets under this one, gets a top edge. Third man comes across and they think of 2, but Imran wants strike. One more to the total. It was a beautifully bowled delivery by Shahzad. Got the edge he was looking for. And that's a wide delivery. Tell you what, Tharani, by ticking the score over, Shahzad is getting the feeling he has to hide these deliveries. Comes down the wicket, drives. Long off is coming across. They settle for 1. Here's Imran Madiria. Tries to get under it and he's appealed for a stump out and he's out. Shahzad gets the wicket. Easily done at the end. Imran nowhere near the pitch of that delivery. Swinging for the hills. I should say swinging for the trees. And an easy stumping in the end. The 5th wicket has fallen. And Shahzad doing the business. Remember, it is only 14 overs per team. Shahzad trying to complete the 12th. So you can understand the Ontario Stallions starting to try and get under these deliveries and try and pick up some boundaries. So Shan Talat, the vice-captain, comes in. He's a leg spinner. And you can understand his favourite cricketer is none other than the recent Shane Warne. Talat, down the wicket, gets it on the full, drives it away. They get 1, thinking of 2. They're going to go after it, and Talat is quick between the wickets and gets there easily. So he's off the mark. So that is the end of Shahzad's over. 12 overs gone. Only 2 overs remaining. So, we're into the death overs. Number 13, the second to last over, and Noor Ali has just taken his mark. For the field, 5 men outside the ring, long on, long off, deep mid wicket, deep backward square, and a deep cover. There's a short square, a short fine leg, and a short third man. And the man leading the charge, Thorani, faces Noor Ali. Ali short and pulled away by Thorani rather. Gets a single. Now this is an interesting scenario. This wicket is very much bouncy, and with the height of Shan Talat, it can well go over his shoulder and be called for a no ball. We shall see. Ali, this one is pitched up and driven. Long off is coming in, but Saheed is not going to get there. Another long single. So Ali dropping it short to Thorani and pitching it up to Talat. Thorani sort of cross-bats this shot, trying to get it through mid-wicket, but the leading edge got it over extra cover for one. So Ali, 3 deliveries, 3 singles. Oh, and a little scoop shot by Talat doesn't pay off. A valuable dot ball for the Houston Stallions. Ali, Talat drives in between long on and long off. Saheed comes across. They settle for one. Oh, and they're going to squeeze a single off the misfield. Heads up play by Talat and Thorani, making 2 out of 1. And that is the beauty of T20 cricket. Always be on your guard, always looking for the extra single. So now the last delivery of the 13th over. Ali to the speedy Talat. Talat pulls this way between mid-wickets and long on. They're going to think of 2, and they're going to get it. 13 overs in the books, 1 over remaining for the Ontario Stallions. It is now 80 for the loss of 6. How are you doing? Yes. How's that son? Cooling down? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
How's son? Not as bad as Texas. Not bad as Texas.
Texas is a different kind of heat.
It's a whole different story altogether.
That's too bad.
East over there.
That's about 2 miles from hell, Texas. That's where it is.
And I'm from south of Texas.
Oh, you are? Okay. So you know it well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Orlando, Florida. Let me tell you, swamp heat is deadly heat.
Oh yeah, it's humidity. Let's start with the humidity and dry heat.
Yes, 2 different kind of heat. But both very hot. So, we've reached the final over in our very first broadcast for the 7th annual Cricket America Championship. And it's going to be the left-arm spinner, Shazad, who's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 14. And he's going to bowl to the dangerous Thorani. Thorani tries to lift this one over mid-wicket. But a valuable dot ball stays at 80 for 6. Change of field. Number 38, Ishan. Excellent fielder. Took a blinding catch earlier today. He goes to short extra cover. Oh, and a French cut by Thorani means a single. And a look of angst by Shazad. So the busy Talat. Talat comes down the ground, lifts it up in the air. Saheed long off, who's been working tirelessly, is going to be worked again, and they come back for 2. The Rani wants a drink of water, but the umpire is reminding him this is the last few deliveries. Talat facing Shazad. And Talat just pokes it to cover. And if you were the Houston Stallions, you'd be very happy with that. It was a full toss. And Talat just poked it for 1. Could have been a lot more damage. Second to last delivery of the inning, 84 for 6. Tarani, 21. Gets back and cuts, but it beats the bat. And a valuable dot ball. So, the last delivery of this 14th over, Shazad, Tarani. Tarani cuts. And they're going to look for 2. No, they're just going to settle for the long one. And that is the end of 14 overs. Tarani finishes at 21 off of 23. 84 for 6. The Ontario Stallions, not sure if that's going to be enough. But the Houston Stallions will be very pleased for their bowling effort. And we'll be back for the second innings of the Houston Stallions chasing 84 runs for their 14 overs. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Paramvere Sports Complex in Rydell, Georgia. 7th Annual Cricket America Championship. Our very first broadcast. Ontario Stallions winning the toss and electing to bat first. And now they are about to take the field as the Houston Stallions will give chase. We will have those scores and totals in a few minutes. So opening the batting for Houston will be none other than number 23, Noor Ali, who bowled the last over for a mere 5 runs. Again, range shortened match down to 14 overs from 20. So chasing 85, 86 for victory off of 14 overs. Because of the bounce of the pitch and the damp outfield, those are runs on the board. And Houston Stallions, and this man Noor Ali, is going to have to find ways to pick up those runs. So, the man who was not out in the end of the first innings, Zulfikar Tharani, is going to open the bowling. He hails from Pakistan, and his favorite cricketer is none other than the great legend himself, Wasim Akram. So if he can channel some Wasim Akram today, I don't think there's much of a chance for the Houston Stallions. But we shall see. With the likes of Noor Ali taking first strike, he may have other ideas. Not sure what the hold-up is. The umpire's heading down to the pavilion. Tell you what, Paramvere Sports Complex, an absolutely impressive facility. When it's all said and done, 6 wickets, 6 cricket pitches will be played, will be available to be played on, and 1 international ready field and wicket that's going to be created. It's already created, but it will be launched in the upcoming year and months. An incredible amount of effort, energy and money put into this facility in Rydell, Georgia. So, Noor Ali takes his guard and awaits Tharani, the very first ball of the second inning. Tharani cuts away, rather it's a short delivery by Tharani, and Noor Ali cuts it to point, no run. So the Wasim Akram-like Tharani heads back to his mark. Ali tries to pull this one. Was there an edge? We shall see. And the umpire says 4 runs. Yes, there was an edge.
Ball.
So Ali moves to 4, and the score goes to 4 without loss. Remember, 86 is the target. 85 to tie, 86 to win. Tharani. Oh, this one's forward defensive, but they still get a single. Good running between the wickets. Just a quick reminder to everyone, 14 overs. It's been shortened from the 20 over mark because of the rain delay. So the power play will be 4 overs long. This is the opening over. 2 men outside of the ring. A deep mid wicket and a long on. And it's the first time we get a chance to see number 24, the leg spinner Ali Rajwani. So Tharani to Rajwani. Flicks off the pads beautifully. His single brings Noor Ali back on strike. Tharani. This one's beautifully bowled on off stump, thick outside edge. Batter's thinking of 2. Rajwani sends Noor Ali back. So 1 delivery remaining. Rajwani facing Tharani. This one is short and cut away. Backward point is there. So at the end of 1 over, it is 7 for the loss of none. Six without loss after 1 over, and the target is 86. So we have a change of bowling. So the gentle medium pace right-hander. It's going to be number 28, Feroz Lakhani. His favourite cricketer is Wasim Akram as well. Oh, and this one is driven over cover. Does it have the legs to get to the boundary? Heavy outfield. Stopped by the foot. And it's going to be 2 more runs. So 2 more to the total. Oh, and this one is pulled away, and the second boundary of the inning rather. Off of the bat of Noor Ali, his second. Lakhani just dropping it a fraction short, but with this wicket holding up so much, anything short is easy pickings for the batter. Lakhani back to his mark, bowling to Noor Ali. Ali just opens the face of the bat, but is a short third man. Akani. This one's pulled away again. Just a fraction short. One bounce. Two bounces into defense. 3 boundaries now for Noor Ali. Again, a shortish delivery. See how the ball holds up for the batter. And dispatched. So Lakani having a torrid time. It is 17 without loss, and we're still in the second over. Oh, this one is slapped away over point, 4 runs. It was a square drive off of the back foot. The only reference I can make is a Richie Richardson type of shot. Beautifully struck by Noor Ali, and he is in the mood. Not wasting any time. 21 without loss. Two fielders outside of the ring, a long on and a deep mid wicket, a deep square leg rather. Akani. And he lifts it up. Mid wicket's coming across. Does he have a chance? No, he does not. 4 more. Noor Ali is making this bowling look easy, and that's the end of a torrid second over. Houston Stallions in control. We are back in Paramveer's sports complex. This one is cut away. Check, check. This one is driven away through long on, and that's 4 runs. Beautiful shot, whipped off the pads. And that is another boundary. Just straying a fraction. And Imran Maridia dispatched to the boundary. So Rajwani gets his first boundary. And the onslaught continues. This one is outside off stump. For our viewers at home, we're having some technical difficulties with the scoreboard. We're going to have that up and running as soon as we can. Oh, this one's over cover, and it's 4 more. Rajwani taking the attack to the new bowler, Imran Maridia. And the Houston Stallions are motoring along. Looks like they're going to make light work of this 86-run chase. Imran. Short and just sort of punched through it. And it may be a chance of a run out, but a bit of a misfield. It was Karim Jawani at point. Couldn't hold on. very attacking Noor Ali. Continues. This one's whipped off the pads, an attempted Yorker. Long on goes across, will he get there? He does. 2 more to the batters. So 2 more to Noor Ali. Oh, and a late cut and he's out. Tried to be cheeky and run it down to third man, and Noor Ali departs. Imran Maredia gets the breakthrough, and the first wicket falls for the Houston Stallions. Trying to be just a little bit too clever, Noor Ali, and pushes it right into Slip's hand. So a valuable breakthrough from the men from Ontario. The partnership was really brewing. And Noor Ali, who began the onslaught, is the first to depart. The new batter for the Houston Stallions is Saheed. And there's going to be a bowling change for Ontario. So the power play has not been completed. This is the 4th over. So 2 men outside of the ring. Deep square leg and a deep mid wicket. And Rizwani, who's been put in bat to ball in the opening 3 overs, is going to face the leg spinner. So he'll face the leg spin of Ifran Mayani. Mayani around the wicket. This one is just punched into cover, no run. The speedy Talat is patrolling cover. Mayani to Rijwani. Rijwani cuts. Another dot ball. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Ontario. A wicket, a few dot balls, trying to work their way back in this game. Cross, oh! Mayani just giving that one some air and completely turning the batter upside down. Mayani pitches this one up, and it's driven for a single. Well, the leg spinner is not holding anything back when giving the ball some air, and it's up to the batters to adjust. Mayani just signaling to Talat to warm up. Saheed comes down the ground, doesn't get all of it. Just a quick single. Mayani. Down the track he comes, he gets all of it this time. But there's protection out there. So that is the end of the power play. So Ontario will now have the luxury of having some players outside the ring when we return. So change of bowling. The power play is over. Now we're in the 5th over. Talat, who is quick between the wickets, and is going to bring his Shane Warne leg spinners. Bowling to Rijwani. Talat. This one is short but cut away. Oh, and it's beaten the man at point. They get one. Bit of untidy feeling by Jawani at point. So another single to the total. And can the spinners slow things down? Saheed facing Talat. This one is tossed up as he gets all of it. Could be a maximum. One bounce. And it's a 6. Saheed gets the first maximum of the innings. Talat just pitched it up a fraction and he just put his bat through it. Houston Stallions just losing 1 wicket. That of Noor Ali. The leg spinner Talat to Saheed. Saheed drives this one. Long on's coming in. Oh, and the bounce has beaten him. Would it get to the boundary? It does. 4 more to the total. 10 runs in 2 deliveries. Saheed gets under this one, long on. This one is going to be in the trees. And it's well into the trees. Huge 6 by Saheed. Not sure if you're going to get this one back. A towering 6. And the Houston Stallions taking control. So not sure how much you get for a lost ball, but in backyard cricket that's about 12. But this is not backyard cricket, so the ball has been replaced. Talat, the unlucky bowler. Saheed gets under this one again. Would it be another 6? This one ends up in the bushes again. I think they are running out of balls to play the game. Signal by the fielder. I believe he's saying this can take a while. Saheed in the mood, is in the arc, and he gives it the business. Another towering 6. So Houston Stallions well on their way. It is going to take us a minute or 2 to retrieve the cricket ball. So Talat's in luck. They found one of his lost balls, so he can finish this over. Saheed. This one is shorter, and he goes after it like a tennis racket shot. Long on gets across and takes the catch. What a catch in the end. Imran Maredia had a lot of ground to cover, and he gets the dangerous Saheed. Talat drops this one a little shorter. Saheed gave it the forehand shot of a tennis stroke. But Imran Maderia took a good catch at long on, and the second wicket falls. But Houston Stallions well in control. So Talat's over is completed. Mayani, who was very successful with his leg spinners, giving it some air, as they say, in the last over that he bowled. He's going to be back on again, sort of skippering the team. So Captain Mayani. And he'll be bowling to number 31, Sahil. So Sahil takes his guard. Going to be the first left-hander we've seen today. And that is a bit of a concern. There's a wicket that's being prepared right in the cover, extra cover region on the ground. Mayani. And a quick single. Sahil off the mark. And we're going to get a hold of that score in a few seconds. So Mayani just making some adjustments to his field. This one is tossed up in the air. Extra cover comes in. It's a speedy Talat. One bounce just short of him. So Mayani bowling to Sahil, just adjusting his field. So would Sahil hit with the spin? Mayani. Sahil gets a leading edge, it's up in the air. Can they take a catch? Two men under it. Oh, and they've dropped it. Terrible mix-up between the Ontario Stallions. The wicketkeeper was in play. Number 34, Jawani, who's having a rough go at it on the field, got his hands to it and dropped it. But number 24, Shazad Pardhan, the wicketkeeper, came charging in and may have thrown off Kajani. This one is driven to long off. Mayani, this one is short, and so he tries to pull it away, but the extra bounce is a factor. Malani, Sahil. This one is pulled away. There's a fielder down there. Oh, and he steps on it. It's going to be 4. Tharani not knowing where the boundary rope was. He gathered it well, but his back foot stepped on the rope and his 4 runs. And that'll be the end of another over. And we're going to get the scores for you. And another drop catch with the Ontario Stallions. Rijwani this time gets another life. Change of bowlers. Talat has been replaced. And immediately an opportunity to get a wicket. Now coming around the wicket to the left-handed Saheed. This one is outside and it's going to be a wide called by the referee. So Karim Jawani trying to make up for the ball on what he's done in the field so far. Jawani, this one is tossed up, Sahil, and another wide called. Sahil faces Jawani. It's a faster one, and this one is driven away off the back foot. So the field adjusts with the right-hander, left-hander combination. Jawani bowling to Rizwani. Rajwani trying to run it down. Is an appeal for caught behind, sort of a half-hearted appeal. Rajwani. So he drives through extra cover. Just the one. And it could be overthrows, and it is. So the score goes on to 71 for 2. Chasing 85. Well within range. Jawani. Rajwani trying to just squid it through point. So 78 for 2. This one is pulled away now. Backward square comes across. So at the end of 7 overs, 78 for 2. Houston Stallions in control. So captain of the Ontario Stallions, Ifran Mayani, bowling the 8th over. Just 7 runs to win, and this one is driven long off. Can he get there? Just the one. Score goes to 79 for 2. 6 runs to tie, 7 to win. Mayani just trying to make it a little hard on the batters. Saheed. So it's pitched up, Saheed drives, oh! And a missed opportunity by Pardhan. A stumping opportunity. Mayani. This one punched away. So 79 for 2. Houston Stallions just moving along towards victory. And that's going to be a wide by the leg spinner. This one's cut away, only as far as Jiwani. Malani. This one's punched away, and they're going to look for a single. Jiwani, could he get the run out? Safely home. So they score 80 for 2. Five runs to tie, 6 to win. Saheed, we look to finish it with 1 blow. This one's pulled away. There's a man back there. Tarani comes across. Oh, and he beats him. 4 runs. 4 more to the total. Saheed looks to the pavilion. He stays in his crease and pulls it. The Rani comes across, misjudges it, and 4 runs. And that is the end of the game. Houston Stallions win it in a canter. They win this one by 8 wickets. The 86 runs put up by Ontario just was not nearly enough. And the big hit in by Saheed and company means the Houston Stallions win the first match of the 7th annual Cricket America Championship. For SEC Tech Productions, my name is Ryan Davis. We'll be back shortly. Let's take a quick look at the match summary. Ontario Stallions won the toss and decided to bat first. Pardhan, 27 off of 23. Tazani, 22 off of 24. And Tala, 10 off of 7. They could only muster 85 for 6. Then the Stallions came in. Lalani, 25 off 13. Jawani, 23 off 6. Meridia, 19 off 18. Means an easy win for the Houston Stallions. And they move on to their next match. So stick around. More from the 7th annual Cricket America Championship. My name is Ryan Davis. We'll be back shortly for match number 2.